Hi, I'm Paruthney. Today we're going to talk a little bit about what's the relation between wellness and psychology. A lot of people think wellness isn't about not having an illness, but it's more than that. Wellness is a process of trying to make choices that are going to make us physically, mentally, and socially living to our potential. So there is a connection between mental health and wellness. And if we're to understand how to improve our wellness mentally or emotionally, the one thing is we need to know how to self-care, learn how to relax, work through our stress, and tap our inner strength. Wellness is also, in terms of mental health, about understanding and paying attention to our feelings, both positive and negative, and understanding how to control our emotion. Our whole life is an experience, and we need to know how to learn and grow from our life experiences. So if mental health is so important, then why do we not talk or seek help for it? Mental health comes with a lot of stigma. Also, when you think about seeking help, you would be afraid of what changes that might mean. And also, a lot of people don't know when to seek help. So the first one is mental stigma, right? Unfortunately, we have a lot of negative attitudes and beliefs towards people who have mental conditions, because people around make it seem such a taboo that we don't feel like we can have a look at our own mental health. So then we have a negative view towards other people, and then we think we need to have the same judgment on our own selves and our own mental health. So this stigma can come out in different forms. Very verbal, when people say, "What, are you mad or what?" And you feel a little taken aback because you don't want to feel like you're mad, but actually you shouldn't be afraid of that. All of us struggle with mental health. All of us struggle with knowing how to cope with life. And so the first thing is, let's not discriminate or be afraid to talk about it. Now's the time for you to kind of introspect and see what could be the indicators of when you might need to go and seek help. The first one is when you're feeling very overwhelmed with life. You feel so bombarded with so many feelings that you don't know what to do with it. You feel stressed. Small things become hard for you to do. This is a good indication that, yeah, you have a lot of emotions that you need to work through. Another one is fatigue. When you feel tired and you don't even understand why, you lack motivation to do anything. Things that used to interest you, you don't care to do it anymore. So the fatigue will give you a sense of lack of motivation. Another area is when you feel like your emotion, especially anger, feels disproportionate to the event that happened. The milkman didn't come and give the milk, and for some reason you feel so much anger that it's not proportionate to the event that happened. That is a clear indication that you're holding on to some form of emotional baggage that you need to look at. Another area is when you socially want to withdraw from everything. You don't want to meet people. You rather just be at home and just stick to your TV or read a book, and you're pretty happy doing that. So social withdrawal is another indicator that you might have to look at what is going on. If you look at your physical indicators, the physical indicators are: one, when you feel like you want to sleep all day and night, or you can't sleep and it's disturbed sleep. The second one is when you emotionally eat. You emotionally eat when you're feeling stressed or unhappy or sad, or the opposite, when you just have no appetite and you lose a lot of weight. If these things are happening for 2 weeks or longer, it's a good measure for you to try and talk to a professional about what might be happening. The third indicator is that when you lose interest to go and work out. So if your sleeping patterns, eating patterns, and your exercise is nowhere in the normalcy, that's a clear indicator that you might be holding on to some emotional baggage. Feeling of hopelessness. You feel like there's nothing left in life. This is a feeling that we all might go through at certain points in our life. But when that feeling persists, And when you start to withdraw and not lead your life functionally or doing things optimally, that's a clear indicator. So I think I've gone through most of the common indicators, but rely on your self-introspection and think, wait, I know that I'm not doing well. I know that I could be doing better. And then that itself will give you a clear indication that yes, let's go and get some professional help. You can start off by talking to your loved ones or close friends. And if you feel like, yeah, they're encouraging you to go get professional help, or you feel like they haven't understood you, just try and reach a counselor and they'll be able to help you and guide you. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please do like, share and subscribe to Mangad.